Hey YouTube and Cichlid Conversations. This is a video for Cichlid Conversations where I'm going to break down my tank and show you the component parts of my 60-gallon African cichlid tank. Alright, so this is being done specifically for Cichlid Conversations on Facebook. So let's start the breakdown at the bottom and work our way up. On the bottom here I have two SunSun 302s. Not sure if they make those models anymore, but it's a SunSun 302 and it has three media trays, and those media trays are full of sponges and biological media. And SunSun 302s, they go from the bottom up. In other words, the aquarium water goes to the bottom and then works its way up. So on the way up back to the tank, it goes through coarse, then medium, then fine sponges, and then it goes through some poly-fil to really polish the water, so that before the water hits the biological, the beneficial bacteria media consisting of MarinePure and some Biohome Ultimate, one tray of each in each canister. Before it hits that, it actually is cleaned up really well, so I don't have gunk clogging up the media. So if you notice inside the tank where the outputs are, for the filters, they have these little attachments from I think it's called Zoomed, and it's a it moves up and down and creates it breaks up the surface tension. And I have another one here that also has a sponge on it, so you're getting a little more beneficial bacteria, and another one over here from Zoomed. Sorry about the glare. So that gives me some good surface breakup and helps improve the O2 in the tank. The substrate, working my way up, the substrate is shells. You know, you've got your little clam oyster shells in there, some crushed coral, and what that does, of course, is it helps to buffer, helps put some minerals into the water, and helps buffer, keep the pH up where it needs to be. It's a Cichlid-Specific substrate from Caribbean Sea, Eco Complete it's called. And on top of that I have some lava rock. Lava rock that I'm probably going to bust up and use inside of a filter at some point. I'm not too crazy about it. Someone told me it would help buffer, but I don't think it buffers really. Maybe it releases some minerals into the water. But it has edges that are a little sharp, so I wouldn't recommend it for fish that dart around like cichlids. So I'm probably going to end up busting it up and putting some smooth rocks in there and using the lava rock as media in some filters that I'm going to be setting up for a larger tank. You'll notice I have some live plants stuck in there in the middle of the plastic plants. Those are some live plants to help with nitrates. And I do water changes twice a week with a good vacuuming each time. And those water changes are between 50 and 60%. And I service these canisters each month. On alternate weekends, I service one at a time. And the heater I have in the back here is, I believe, an API plastic coated heater, 200 watts, 200 watt heater. And it's been working perfectly from day one, keeping the temperature exactly where I want it. And it tells me exactly, it tells me when it's working with a little green or red light. So it has a little green or red light on it that tells me whether it's on and operating. My lighting is just your standard T5, you know, just a fluorescent bulb, T5 fluorescent bulb. You know, with a tank this low, a tank that's this low, you don't need, you really don't need, 10,000 lumens. A T5 fluorescent does fine. So that's my tank, and the whole purpose of everything I just went over with you is very simple: to keep happy healthy fish who are colored up nicely because they're living in a very, very clean, healthy environment with good water parameters, the right amount of hardness, the correct pH, no ammonia, no nitrates, and or no nitrites and nitrates at the level that you want them to be at, which in my case tends to run recently between 20 and 40 parts per million. Okay, so that's my tank, and the current stock I have is a mix of haps and peacocks. I'm going to be breaking off the haps and peacocks after I set up a 135 that I just acquired, and the haps will go in there, the peacocks will stay here. But currently I have, as you can see, this is my oldest, an OB. Some people call him an orange blotch, some people call him an orange blossom. One person referred to him as a raspberry OB. I have a nice Taiwan Reef. This guy's pushing around 7 inches. And here's another one of my older cichlids, this electric blue. He'll be going to the hap tank. And he can be pretty aggressive. I also have a bicolor 500. Very peaceful. One of the peacocks that'll be staying here. I think he'll be a little happier when the haps are gone. You see in the background there, there's a Otter Point, who until not that long ago was just gray and is now starting to have a lot of nice colors come in. And you see I have a few clown Loaches in here. They've been thriving. I have 3 of them. They've been in here for about a year. And they're doing very well. The fish leave them alone. I have a, what you call the green face hap. This guy's probably maybe one of my favorite haps. The camera doesn't do him justice. He's very striking. I go yawn for you. And I have a lemon Jake. And this is my Taiwan Reef. I'm sorry, this is my my Tangerine Tiger. I have a few juveniles in here. This one I believe is a little hybrid from a redfin borlei that I had a while back, and a red empress. And I'm not sure what I'll be doing with him. And that's pretty much the stock. I have a couple other little Juvies in here. You can see little juveniles, and that should be coloring up soon. And there is also a Pleco in here, hiding somewhere, who's done a very good job. And I have a Z-Rock. You can see a Z-Rock back there. He's one of my favorite fish in the tank. Tends to be a little shy, but his markings are very beautiful. You can see he's got a nice electric blue on the lip. Very nice looking fish. And that's pretty much the stock. Oh, there's also a Buccochromis, who is right there. Usually very active, hard to photograph, always moving around. And starting to think maybe it might be a female, but then again, they're notorious for taking forever to color up. It was sold to me as a male a long time ago, and has some nice yellow, but I'm not seeing some of the other Buccochromis colors showing up, but we'll see. I'll give him give him about another 3 or 4 months. Oh, there's a little yellow Benga right there that's sunshine. Starting to get a little more color. It was a little bit colored down when I first got him. Trying to get a little more color now, little blue tips on the fins, and looking a little better. Okay, so that's the stock. for now. And thank you so much for having the contest, Cichlid Conversations. And there you have it.